Monuments of Himachal Pradesh, done by Samarth Ranji. Kangra Fort. The Kangra Fort was built by the royal Rajput family of Kangra state, the Kartoj dynasty, which traces its origins to the ancient Tirgata kingdom mentioned in the Mahabharata epic. It is the largest fort in the Himalayas and the oldest dated fort in India. According to the local belief, Maharaja Ramachandra of Kartoj dynasty made the Kangra Fort around 3500 years ago. Though unknown to many, he fought the battle against Kaurava, princes in the Battle of Mahabharata. Once the battle was over, he moved to Kangra with his troops, took over the reins of Tirgata, and built this fort to safeguard his kingdom from possible enemies. The Kangra fort is also known to be a mine of wealth. It is said that rulers of India and others used to send colossal jewels, gold and silver to the fort in order to be offered to the presiding deity at the in-house temple. They wanted to earn meritorious karma by doing so. Therefore, wealth started piling up at the Kangra fort, which later became difficult for anyone to ascertain its limit. The quantity of wealth held in the treasure chest of the fort is legendary. According to the historical records, Raja of Kashmir Shrestha was the first king to attack the Kangra fort in 470 AD. In Muhammad of Ghazni unleashed his forces on the fort in pursuit of its enchanted wealth around 1000 AD. It is believed that the fort has 21 treasure wells, with each well being 4 meter deep and 2.5 meter wide in circumference. The ruler of Ghazni managed to loot 8 wells, while the British rulers looted 5 wells during the 1890s. It is said that the fort still retains 8 more wells full of treasures that are yet to be unearthed. The Mughal army led by Akbar made 52 failed attempts to capture this fort in the early 17th century. However, it was only Akbar's heir Jahangir who could bring the Kangra fort under his full control. Today, the fort covers an area of 4 kilometers on both sides through a long outer circuit. It is guarded by majestic rampant paths and huge walls made of black stone. Below the palace courtyard are the temples of Ambika Devi, Lakshmi Narayan and Lord Mahavira. There are 11 gates and 12 bastions in the fort. Just outside the gate of the main temple is located the foremost defensive gate known as Anderi Darwaza. It is 7 meters long and wide for 2 men or 1 horse to go through it. The walls of Anderi Darwaza soar at a height of 15 feet. The door was constructed to prohibit the attack of enemy troops. After India gained independence, the ASI Archaeological Survey of India gave back the fort to Maharaja Jayachandra of Katoj dynasty under a certain agreement. Now the royal family uses the temples, primarily the temple of goddess Ambika, to offer prayers on auspicious occasions. Taboo Monastery. Taboo Monastery is located in the Taboo village of Spiti Valley. The Taboo Monastery is noted for being the oldest monastery in India. There are many priceless collections of tankas, scroll paintings, manuscripts, well-preserved statues and extensive murals which cover almost every wall. The monastery is in need of refurbishment as the wooden structures are aging and the tankas, scroll paintings are fading. The monastery is protected by the Archaeological Survey of India (ASI) as a National Historic Treasure of India. The monastery was built by the Buddhist king also known as Royal Lama Yishio in 996 AD. It was renovated 46 years later by the royal priest Janshabo, the grandnephew of Yishio. They were kings of the Puranjaj kingdom whose ancestry is traced through the ancient Tibetan monarchy and extended their kingdom from Ladakh to Mustang by building a large network of trade routes and built temples along the route. Tapu was built as a daughter monastery of the Talang Monastery in Nari, Western Tibet. This royal dynasty was instrumental in reintroducing the Indian Mahayana Buddhism in Tibet, the second major spreading of Buddhism in Tibetan history. They contributed richly to the political, religious, and economic institutions of Tibet in the 11th century through the building of Taboo Monastery. Rashtrapatinuwas. The Rashtrapatinuwas, also known as the Viceregal Lodge, is one of the historical monuments in Himachal Pradesh. It not only shows the history of the state but of the entire country. The Rashtrapatinuwas is situated on the observatory hills of Shimla and was the home of the Viceroy of India, Lord Dufferin, during the British rule. It contains many historic and important artifacts, documents, and photographs of the British rule. The Rashtrapatinuwas was designed by British architect Henry Irwin and built in the Jacobean style during Lord Dufferin's tenure as Viceroy. The Jacobean style is the use of flat roofs with window bays. They had long galleries with Tudor arches and gables. Traditionally, entrance hall was built so that it was perpendicular to the entrance of the building. The construction started in 1880 and was completed in 1888. Lord Dufferin occupied the lodge on 23rd July 1888. The final cost of the project was around 38 lakh rupees, with the annual upkeep cost being around 1.5 lakh rupees in the 1880s. At that time, the estate stood on an area of 331 acres, but today is reduced to 110 acres. Champavati Temple. The Champavati Temple is a historical temple located in the district of Chamba in Himachal Pradesh. This temple is very significant to the religious beliefs of the Hindus and it is a place of worship for many. The Champavati Temple is being managed and preserved by the Archaeological Survey of India (ASI) and is considered a place of archaeological importance. During the popular festivals, this temple is full of tourists from all over India. The most popular occasions are Suhi Mata Mela and the Minjar Mela, when a huge number of visitors visit this temple and other nearby temples. One of the most unique features of this temple is the detailed stone carvings that are quite interesting. Champavati Temple was built by Raja Sahil Varman, believed to be the founder of modern Chamba in 920 AD, in the memory of his daughter Champavati. Nurpur Fort. The Nurpur Fort is located in Nurpur, Himachal Pradesh. This fort was built in the 10th century and is considered an important historical monument. However, the fort is now partially destroyed because of the earthquake that happened in 1905 and later by the British invasion. But some sections of the fort are still surviving today and are of great interest among history scholars. There is a temple that is located within the fort premises and is known to be built in the 16th century. The temple inside the fort is called Brij Raj Swami Mantha and is known to be one of the only places where both the idols of Lord Krishna and Mirabai are worshipped.